Hey Commanders, welcome back. We already talked about the Vanguard missions, which are probably the easiest of the campaign, so now let's talk about the assistance missions. I hope this helps. Before we start talking about the missions, I recommend you to install the distance marker mod. It's going to be very useful for some of the missions. You can find the link in the description down below. Mission 1. Destroy an enemy SPG and enable your allies to cause 1000 HP of damage to enemy vehicles by spotting, stunning, or immobilizing them. There's not much to say about this one. I recommend you to play a light tank, and once you get the 1000 assisted damage, try to stay alive. Wait for the enemy team to disperse around the map, find an opening and drive straight through the enemy base. That's usually where they sit. I completed this one with the AMX 1357 and the T100 LT. Number 2. Spot 3 enemy vehicles while remaining unspotted, or stun enemy vehicles 10 times. This is one of the easiest missions. You can complete it on your first try, unless you get unlucky with the map. I played the same tanks as the previous mission, and if you don't want to play a light tank, play Orrery and it gets even easier. Mission 3. Immobilize 4 enemy vehicles by destroying their tracks or stun enemy vehicles for 130 seconds in total. I recommend you to turn off your brain for this one. Play Orrery, and while you are getting close to the 130 seconds of stun, you probably tracked a few enemy tanks and the mission is completed. I did it with the M53, M55 and the Conqueror GC. Number 4. Destroy 3 enemy vehicles from a distance of 100 meters or less, or stun enemy medium tanks or tank destroyers 6 times. Again, turn off your brain, play Orrery, but play one with a faster reload. 6 shots to enemy mediums or tank destroyers and you're done. Number 5. Enable your allies to destroy 4 enemy vehicles by spotting, immobilizing or stunning them. This one takes some battles to complete. I did it with the T100 and the EBR 105. You want to end up in a battle where you are the only light tank on your team, or the other lights died early. The map is important too. I recommend you to play in a platoon. One can play a sniper tank and the other can play Orrery, and communicate with them so they can focus the tanks you are spotting. Be patient and good luck. Number 6. Enable your allies to cause 3500 HP of damage to enemy vehicles by spotting or immobilizing them while remaining unspotted, or stun enemy medium tanks and tank destroyers for 130 seconds in total. You can play Orrery for this one, but I don't recommend it because you might end up in a battle with few mediums and tank destroyers, so instead, play a light tank with great camo. Obviously, you need an open map because you have to be unspotted at the moment the damage is caused. I completed this one with the T100 and the ELC. The Manticore is pretty good too, but I don't have it. If you can play in a platoon, this mission shouldn't take you long, but you have to wait for the right map. Number 7. Be the top player on both teams by experience earned and survive the battle. I played at lower tiers for this mission. I used the AMX 1357 and the T71 CMCD, and I decided to try it at tier 7 because there are more less experienced players at lower tiers, so it should take less time to complete it. But there's a downside. Tier 7 light tanks can't mount CVS, so if you end up fighting high tier light tanks, you are going to have a hard time. It's very difficult to be first by experience with RD, so don't try it. Play your best light tanks, and something important to keep in mind. To be first by experience on both teams, you have to win the battle. Also, relying only on assisted damage might not take you to first place. Once you get enough assisted damage, start using your gun. Do some damage and get a few kills. But don't die, that's a condition I forgot a few times. Number 8. Enable your allies to cause damage to 6 different enemy vehicles by spotting, immobilizing or stunning them. I completed this one with the T100 and the EBR 105. Just like mission number 5, the easiest way to complete this mission is playing in a platoon. One of them playing RD because they can hit shots others can't. The map and a number of light tanks is important too, so it might take some time to get into the right battle. Be patient, wait for the right map, communicate with your platoon mates, and good luck. Number 9. Destroy 2 enemy light tanks or SPGs, or cause 1000 HP of damage to enemy vehicles that are unspotted when the damage is caused. For this mission, you can play RD and shoot the usual camping positions over and over again, and try to do the 1000 damage to unspotted tanks, but that requires a bit of luck and some game knowledge, and it might take some time to complete it, so I decided to go for the 2 kills. Again, I played the tier 7 because there are quite a few players that enjoy playing RD at low tiers, and I think there's no limit on the number of light tanks per team for tier 6 and below, so if you end up fighting tier 6s, there should be plenty of lights to get the 2 kills. In case you are not getting lucky with the number of light tanks and RD per team, you can ask some friends for help. Play in a platoon, one of them playing RD and the other playing a wheeled light tank, to at least guarantee 2 light tanks and 1 RD on the enemy team. Number 10. Receive the Mastery Badge Class 1 or higher. This mission is not that hard if you know what to do. Go to Tomato GG and look for mastery requirements for Tech 3 light tanks and sort by lowest requirement. I completed this one with the T71 CMCD and the EBR Hodge, because at the time when I was trying to complete it, these tanks had the lowest requirement for a mastery badge. Don't try to complete this one using a premium tank, they usually have a higher requirement and it will take you longer to complete it. Mission 11. Enable your allies to cause 4000 HP of damage to enemy vehicles by spotting, immobilizing or stunning them, or stun enemy vehicles for 150 seconds in total. I turned off my brain once again. I played the Batchat 155 and the Conqueror GC. You only need the stun, no damage needed, so if you're shooting someone with low HP, miss your shot on purpose. Just make sure to stun them. 150 seconds is something like 12 to 15 shots. Also, remember that if you can't see them, it doesn't mean they are not there. Blind fire the usual positions and you are going to hit someone with one of those shots. It happened to me. I finished the battle with 130 seconds of stun, and when I was back in the garage the mission was completed. I stunned a few tanks with one of those shots. If you're not lazy like me, play your favorite light tank. 4000 assisted damage at the tier 10 is not a rare game. You just have to wait for a map where you can spot freely and hope your allies hit what you are spotting. Number 12. Spot 6 enemy vehicles and survive the battle, or stun 2 enemy vehicles with a single shot 6 times and survive the battle. Don't try the second condition. Hitting 2 enemy tanks with a single shot is extremely situational, and it can take a lot of time if you're not lucky. I played the T100 and the EBR 105. At the start of the battle I spotted the crossing to the heavy flank. You know, every map has a flank where most of the team plays, so try to spot the crossing to that flank, and once you do, stay alive. It all depends on the map you're playing, the number of light tanks on each team, and whether your team is winning or losing the battle. Just try to help your team, because if you're winning you have a better chance of surviving. But don't take unnecessary risks once you've spotted 6 enemy tanks. Mission 13. Destroy 2 enemy vehicles with shots while moving at a speed of at least 30 km per hour, or cause damage to enemy vehicles that are moving by shooting them 7 times. This is the easiest mission of the campaign. Don't even try to get the 2 kills, just play the Czech light tanks, shoot any tank that's moving, and mission completed. I did it with the Squall, the only Czech light tank I have, and the AMX 1357, because it has an autoloader. If you have the Czech light tanks you will complete it on your first try, and even if you don't have them, it's only 7 shots. Play any light tank with a fast reload time, or play arty if you want. Number 14. Enable your allies to cause 2000 HP of damage to enemy vehicles spotted by you. Remain unspotted at the moment when the damage is caused. Or stun enemy heavy tanks for 80 seconds in total. None of these conditions are difficult to complete, so you can play any high tier light tank with good camo, sit in a bush, and wait for your team to hit what you're spotting. Or you can be lazy like me, watch Netflix, play arty, and shoot at the poor heavy tanks over and over again. And remember, you only need to stun them, so take any shots that will stun them, even those that won't give you any damage. Number 15. Damage cost, including damage cost with your assistance, must total 6000 HP. I completed this mission with the T100 and the EBR 105, and just like any other mission where you need a good amount of assisted damage, you need to be patient and wait for the right map. And not just the map, but the number of light tanks on your team too, because it's hard to complete this mission when you are competing with the other lights on your team. The good news is that you don't have to win or survive the battle, so don't be afraid to use your gun when you're getting close to 6000 damage. Focus on getting assisted damage, playing a platoon if you can, and good luck. And that's it, commanders. If you're not a good light tank player like me, these missions will take some time to complete, but with a bit of patience and dedication you can definitely do it. If you're struggling with any mission in particular, or if you did something different for any of these missions, feel free to leave a comment. And as always, thank you so much for watching.